Hi, everyone. I'm Lindsay Lewis, editor of Building Enclosure. Thanks for joining us today. I'm joined by Mike Rosen, co-founder of the Cubiverse. The Cubiverse is a Web3 platform that provides users with an intuitive cubic interface to store and organize big data, multimedia, and 3D models. Mike is here today to show us an example of how the Cubiverse works.
Thank you, Lindsay. So basically, the technology that I work with as an architect, there are two different types of technology. The first one that you're looking at right now is called a digital twin, right? So this is a digital twin of the entire Earth, right? I can zoom out and you can see it contains literally the entire Earth, right? And I can zoom back in. Actually, it's easier when you do it. Okay, zoom right back in. All right. So this is a digital twin of the Earth. And as an architect, the way that I present projects to my clients is in this fashion, right? So it's alive, interactive, and the model is not like Google Earth in that it's an interrogatable model and is connected to GIS data. So I can click on the building and I get a menu of, whatever GIS information is publicly available about that building. There is also, so when we do this, one of the components or one of the things that we can interrogate the model for is the other technology which I have, which is the Cubiverse, which is really what we're here to talk about. So if we go, for example, to one of these public buildings and click on it, it should launch the next technology, which is the Cubiverse. This is the Cubiverse. And what it is a essentially a gateway to the metaverse, right? So it's a three-dimensional environment that we've captured here in a cube. And we have full control over this environment. We can rotate it, right? We can zoom in and out. We can enter other cubes. So if I click, you can see there's a tunnel of cubes here that I can travel through where I can do shopping and social media and get my news, things of that nature. And also, I can introduce videos, audios, and this is a demo video that shows you essentially how to create an account and do all of that. And then it goes on to demonstrate how to make a cube. And all this is available on our website. So I'll give you a link at the end of the interview that will show you how to make a cube and how to share your cubes and all of that. So with that, I'm going to stop sharing. Oh, actually, I'm going to show you one more thing. Let me stop this.
So I actually have one question while you're doing
Go ahead.
this. So for architects, what do these cubes look like?
I'll show you an actual architectural cube.
Perfect.
That's where I was going to take you next. So I'm going to turn that off. And so here's an example of how I present a project in my office for architects. So here's an architectural cube. Okay. And you can see I can rotate it again. I can zoom in and get information about the buildings. Over here, this is an image of a video. So I can turn on the video and it'll play a video of the project. Actually, let me zoom in so you can see it better. Right, so that's just a regular video playing, and we can have whatever we want on this video. You can see I have the floor plans over here of the units. I have the building plans. Okay, and then the model is interactive as well, so I can do things and link things to the model in the middle.
Very cool.
Right? So I've got the medium that I'm using video, I'm using audio, I'm using 3D models, right? So it allows me to take all my media and essentially think of it almost as PowerPoint on steroids,
Hmm.
right? I can use all my mediums together and I've got a 3D space, right? And that's really what makes it the gateway to the metaverse, right?
Hmm.
And you can see I've got hundreds of these cubes and each one is organized thematically, right? So I've got musical bands in here. I've got, kitchens, appliances. I've got shopping cubes. Um, there are games that I've got in here. So for example, here's a cube that was created for, I don't know if you know Infected Mushroom, the musical band, but all their songs are in here. I've got And this will take me to a hub, which is organized for music and comedy, right? So you can see, for example, I've got musical bands. These are various artists, right? And now I can organize, the world. This is arts and entertainment, right? So I can
Hmm.
travel between these worlds. Here's an art world where we can go and then there's also a commercial aspect to it. So for example, here's a Murano glass shop, right? So I can go and buy, if I'm interested, Murano glass, right? And I can experience Murano glass in kind of an interesting new way. I can look at the items. And then it's an unlimited world, a tunnel now that I've created
Right.
of Murano glass, right? So it's sort of
Hmm.
a rabbit hole, if you
Yeah.
call it that, like
Hmm.
Alice, right? You can
Right.
see it's a whole world of Murano glass, but I can go back to where I came from by going back to the arts and entertainment, right? So there's a hub. This is a hub that's focused on arts and entertainment. And in all directions in this hub will be art and musical bands and stores. And, here's one for Yakov Smirnoff, who's a comedian,
Hmm.
right? So you can go visit his website. And he also happens to be an artist, right? So there's a double connection.
Hmm.
Um, right. So he also has an art store. That's why he's connected here.
Wow.
Right.
Very cool.
And you can pay to watch one of his performances live. So
Hmm.
it's also a pay-per-view environment.
Hmm.
All right. So you get the idea.
Yeah.